Good evening. Welcome to the July 27th meeting of the Finance Committee. This open meeting of the Town of Auburn Finance Committee is being conducted both in person and remotely, consistent with Chapter 107 of the Acts of 2022, which suspends the requirement of the open meeting law to have all meetings in a publicly accessible physical location. Further, all members of public bodies are allowed to participate remotely as long as reasonable public access is afforded so that the public can follow along with the deliberations of the meeting. For the public to join the meeting remotely by telephone, 1-786-535-3211 and access code 991-599-357, or the public can join via computer at global.gotomeeting.com. All supporting materials that have been provided to members of this body are available on the town's website. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda. So permit me to confirm that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda participating remotely are present and can hear me. Members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Kevin Kennedy.
Here.
Ed Coleman.
Here.
Patrick Jones.
Here.
Diane Byrne.
Here.
And town officials and employees participating, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. CFO Assistant Town Manager Ed Kazanovich.
Here.
Administrative Assistant Sharon Kwiatkowski. Here. Please note that this meeting is being recorded by Auburn Cable Television. And also please note that each vote taken in this meeting will be conducted by roll call vote. So tonight's meeting, on the agenda, we're going to review and vote on transfer requests. We're going to reorganize. We're going to look at some minutes and then adjourn. So let's see, looking at this packet, the first transfer we have is for the planning department. The transfer is coming from the clerical line, which has a present balance of $996.57. The amount requested is $488.80 going to legal notices. This is to offset year-end shortfall.
Motion to approve. Second.
Okay, all in favor? Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane? And chair votes yes. Okay, is that, and Michael, I see you are here also this evening.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Right, girl. This is what they call
All right.
Okay.
The next transfer is from the Council on Aging. These transfers are both going to the same line, so do I hear a motion to take them together?
Motion to take both as one.
All right, thank you. All in favor? Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. So first transfer is coming from the van driver's line, which has a balance of $1,092.71. That entire amount is being transferred to the minibus/gas line. Reason for transfer is there is a deficit for gasoline for vans. The next transfer is coming from program coordinator line, which has a balance of $109.23, and that entire amount is going to the minibus gas line. Again, transfer is due to deficit for gasoline for vans.
Motion to approve. Second.
Okay, all in favor? Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. I should make a note, these transfers are for fiscal year 2022. We're closing out that year. The next transfer is from ACTV. Transfer is coming from production class, which has a balance of $3,717.88. The amount requested is $738 going to part-time wages. Reason is to offset year-end shortfall.
Motion to approve. Second.
Okay, all in favor? Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Diane,
Yes.
and Michael.
Yes.
Thank you. Next transfer is for the fire department. Okay, and this transfer is coming from the overtime account, which has a balance of $1,879.53. The amount requested, $676.86, going to the salary account. Reason is deficit in, in account. I see our deputy chief is here. Would you like to come and tell us about these? Because there's some others on the next pages too. Deputy Chief Johnson, nice to see you.
Good evening. Nice to see everybody. Yes, we just, at the end of the year, had a few deficits in some of the accounts. A couple are from, we had 2 new employees start the last week of June, and then we also had the employee that left. We had her payout that went through. And what else is on the other one? And just covering, one of them's covering some overtime that happened in June for the fireworks and another shift that did not get submitted until after July. So that kind of screwed a couple things up for us.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Casanova?
Madam Chair, one other comment. As we move along, there is a transfer that will then go back into the overtime account. These transfers were prepared before this liability was known. So instead of undoing everything, we just did an additional transfer back into the OT
Okay,
account.
thank you for noting that. All right, so this, so we have this, do I hear a motion? Do we have a motion yet?
Motion to approve?
I think we still have to,
Is it possible to take the next 3 transfers together?
to come from different.
Well, first we have to, you're right, they're all going to the firefighter salary account. So let's back up. These first 3 transfers are all going to the firefighter salary account. Do I hear a motion to take these 3 transfers together?
Motion to take 3 transfers as one.
Second?
Okay, all in favor. Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
And Michael?
Yes. And I believe Trevor joined as well.
And chair votes yes. And Trevor Sansucci is here. Do you vote in the affirmative for taking the 3 transfers together, Trevor?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, so the first of the transfers is coming from the overtime account, which has a balance of $1,879.53. $676.86 is requested to be transferred to the firefighter salary account, and there's a deficit in that account. The next transfer is coming from the overtime account. That has a balance of $2,320.85. The amount requested is $1,190.57 going to the firefighter salary account. And that reason is to cover the last week of payroll for firefighter salary. And the third transfer is coming from the building maintenance account. Present balance, $1,218.64. Amount requested, $555.79. Again, going to the firefighter salary account. And the reason is to cover last week of payroll for firefighter salaries deferred to July.
Motion to approve?
Second?
So we have a motion and a second. Okay, all in favor. Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes. Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
And Trevor?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. The next transfer is coming from the salary wage reserve account. It's being sent to the overtime account for the fire department. The amount requested, $1,822.65. Present balance in that account, $2,320.85. And the reason for this transfer is to provide for payroll liability for June, overtime paid in July.
Motion to approve?
Second?
Okay, all in favor, Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Thank you, Deputy Chief Johnson.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You too. Okay, so our next transfer is coming from, we have some police department transfers. So they are all coming from the same, the first, let's see, we
Well,
have,
4 of the 5 on page 1.
yeah, coming from the same account, so we can take those together, Mike. Is that correct, Mr. Kazanovich?
Yes, there are 4 coming out of the patrolman's account on page 1. Yes.
Okay, so do I hear a motion to take the four, transfers?
Motion to take 4 transfers as one,
Second.
Madam.
Okay, thank you. All in favor? Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
yes,
Michael?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. All right, so the first transfer is coming from the patrolman account. It has a present balance of $37,284.41, and it's going, the amount requested, $9,657 going to professional services. The next transfer coming from the patrolman account, which now has a balance of $27,627.41, is going to the police sergeant's line, and that amount is $4,752. The third transfer coming from the patrolman account, which now has a balance of $22,875.41, it's going to the supply line, which, and the amount requested, $2,957. And the fourth transfer, coming from the patrolman account, which has a balance of $19,918.41, the amount requested, $242, going to the health and wellness line. I see Lieutenant Mills here. Do you want to just come up and tell us about these? And I see some on the next page, too.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So, starting with the patrolman professional services, that's to offset a change that was made from a CIP account to pay for a GDS, which are the people that do our internet services, IT services, essentially. The patrolmen's police sergeants, that was because due to a retirement, we at one point were paying an extra sergeant that we weren't budgeted for. The last patrolman to health and wellness was for unanticipated costs for psychological services for Chandler Associates. Those are the 3. I'm
And
sorry,
this-
no, there's one other, right?
To the
other-
supplies.
The supplies. Oh, I'm sorry. And that's for uniform allowances that were paid to, initially, the officers were budgeted as new recruits, and one of the people that were hired was already an experienced police officer, so he received a full clothing allowance.
Okay. Thank you.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
yes,
Michael?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. All right, the next transfer is coming from court time, police court time, which has a balance of $4,434.72. Amount requested, $907, going to the overtime account.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
yes,
Michael?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
Thanks, Trevor, and the chair votes yes. Now, let's see, we have more transfers.
Motion to take the first 2 as one transfer, Madam Chair.
Second.
Okay, all in favor to take those first 2 together? Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
yes,
Michael?
Yes.
And Trevor? Thanks, Trevor, and chair votes yes. So the first two transfers are coming from police chief salary, which has a balance of $11,730.49. The amount requested, $752, and that is going to communication stipend. The next transfer also coming from the police chief salary, which now has a balance of $10,978.49. So $10,978 is going to the line that says Quinn. Do you want to tell us about these, Lieutenant Mills?
Sure. When former Chief Slucas's buyout was approved, the entire buyout was moved all into one line, into the police chief's salary line, and it wasn't broken up into the various, whether it's Quinn Bill or Holiday. So these are just to replace or repair, I guess, those original transfers for those.
Oh, so he gets a communication, that the chief has a communication stipend?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Questions?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
yes,
Michael?
Yes.
And Trevor?
Yes.
Okay, and chair votes yes. So those two are all set. The next two transfers are both going to the same account.
Motion to take the next two as one transfer, Madam Chair.
Second.
Thank you. Okay, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor, Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
yes,
Michael?
Yes.
And Trevor?
Yes.
Okay, so these two transfers, the first one is coming from the police chief holiday line, which has a balance of $1,254.89, and $1,254 is going to the Quinn line. The next transfer is coming from patrolman salary, and which now has a balance of $37,284.41, and that amount requested is $20,602, also going to the Quinn line. Can I ask, is this Quinn for patrolman?
It's chief, it's
Chief.
the chief's Quinn. It's essentially the same issue that I just identified.
Yep,
And I
gotcha.
think these ones probably should have gone first. I know that there was a group of them, but just based on the balance, it probably.
Okay, thank you.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
yes,
Michael?
Yes.
And Trevor?
Yes.
Yes, and the chair votes yes. The last transfer is coming from the police clerk's line, which has a balance of $13,496.86. The amount requested is $746, going to the communications center director.
Just quick question on that one. Isn't that a position that's currently vacant?
Right. When the communications center director left, we were obligated to, purchase or to buy out all of remaining vacation time, and there was an encumbrance problem earlier in the fiscal year with that, but basically what happened, that's because of the buyout. Okay. At the end of the year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
yes,
Michael?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, and the chair votes yes. Thank you, Lieutenant Mills. Is that
Madam
everything?
Chair, thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Just to answer your question, sir, it's, that is still open, and we're in the process of the fire department, and we actually had more interviews today, so.
That's very good.
Hopefully by September, we'll have it filled.
Good,
Very good, sir.
thank you.
Thank you all.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So the next transfers have to do, let's see, we have a snow and ice transfer, and then, okay. So what is our, and I see that our DPW director, Joanna Paquin, how do you do, Joanna?
Hello.
Hi. What is our snow and ice deficit right now? And I'm not sure if it's for you or Ed.
Let me take a look. I have a report here.
And does this close it out?
Yes.
Yes,
These
okay.
transfers will net this out to a zero.
Okay,
Currently, under the wage portion of snow and ice, we have a $12,616.06 deficit. And under E&S, we have a deficit under salt and calcium of $171,227.88.
what was that last one for the snow?
Under salt and calcium, $171,227.88.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So that's about,
So it's about a 183,000
Okay.
change.
Yep, 183,000. All right, thank you. So these transfers are designed to take care of that. So the first transfer is coming from the reserve account. Ms. Kazanovich, what is our balance in the reserve account?
Currently, $85,736.71.
Okay, thank you. So that, the amount is coming from the reserve account going to the salts and calcium line. Amount requested is $51,227.88. The present balance in the salt and calcium line is $51,227.88. And the reason for the transfer is to cover existing snow and ice deficit.
Madam Chair, if I can just make a
Yep.
correction, because we said it was 171. I think this transfer took into account the transfers that are going to follow that brought it down to a balance of 51,000.
Okay, so should I, reverse the order? here?
No, that's okay.
Okay, all right.
Motion to approve on this one?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Said yes. And, Trevor?
Yes.
Okay, and the chair votes yes. So that transfer is all set. And the next transfer, let's see, they're coming from the this is, coming from the legal department lines.
Do stone ice together and then do the remaining 3 salt and calciums together?
Just do the first one and then the next two together?
2, and there's one on the next page for,
Oh, good call. All right, so the first transfer is coming from the general counsel line, which has a present balance of $24,139.11. The amount requested is $12,616.06 going to the snow and ice overtime account, and this is to cover, transfer funds to cover existing snow and ice deficit.
motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Michael?
Can you hear me?
Yes, is that a yes?
That was a yes. Sorry about that.
That's okay, thank you, Trevor, and the chair votes yes. The next 3 transfers are all going to the same line, salt and calcium.
Motion to take the next 3 as one transfer.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to take these 3 together. All in favor, Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
Thank you, and the chair votes yes. So the first transfer is coming from the general counsel line, which has a balance now of $11,523.05. Amount requested $10,000 going to the salt and calcium line to cover the existing snow and ice deficit. The next transfer is coming from the negotiator line, which has a balance of $10,000. That entire amount is being transferred to salt and calcium to cover the deficit. And the third transfer is coming from the solid waste line. The the general line collection, which has a present balance of $129,122.14. The amount requested is $100,000, again, going to the salt and calcium line to cover the snow and ice deficit.
And Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
one correction.
Yep,
The second transfer that you read coming out of negotiator,
yep,
the account number is correct, but the description of that account should be special litigation.
instead of negotiator,
Yes.
special, that $10,000, okay? Special litigation,
Correct.
okay.
Just a question for, relative to the last one, the $100,000 one, that general collection line, why would that have, can you just explain that account? Why would it have such a balance?
That's solid waste collection.
Solid waste. Okay.
And there was a surplus in there because when Darlene and I knew she was here earlier, when we formulated the budget, there was a lot of uncertainty with the recyclables as well as the fuel adjustment. It worked in our favor, so we budgeted basically for worst-case scenario. So we were fortunate enough to have a surplus in that account that allowed us to transfer it over to snow and ice.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Motion to approve those three?
Second.
All right, all in favor, Kevin,
Yes.
Ed,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Diane,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
and Trevor.
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. The next transfer, also DPW Highway Department, they're both going to the same overtime account.
Motion to, through the chair, to take the two transfers as one.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, Kevin,
Yes.
Ed,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Diane,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
and Trevor. And Trevor, do you vote yes or no on taking these two motions together? Trevor?
Yes.
He says yes, thank you, and the chair votes yes. Okay, the first transfer, this is under DPW Highways, coming from the license line, which has a balance of $1,139.18, and that entire amount is going to the overtime line. The next transfer is coming from drainage material. That balance is $918.18. The amount requested, $171.40, and that's going also to the overtime account. And these transfers will eliminate the deficit in the overtime account.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All right, all in favor? Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Okay, so those two are all set. The next transfers under the DPW facility maintenance line. And the transfer is coming from the skilled craftsman line, which has a balance of $3,098.24. The amount requested is $1,223.09, going to the part-time custodian line, and this transfers to eliminate the deficit in that account.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Michael? Trevor?
Yes.
Uh-oh, who is that?
Yes.
And, was that Michael?
That was true.
That was Trevor.
That was Trevor, all right. And the chair votes yes. Thank you. Okay, the next transfer is, I think is that it for the,
DPW.
DPW? We're all set. Thank you, Ms. Paquin, for joining us this evening. We're all set. Thank you. Okay, the next transfer is is under the library account. Coming from miscellaneous supplies, which has a balance of $1,524.02. The amount requested is $716.69. That's going to the building grounds account. And this is just to cover an existing deficit in that line.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Michael? Trevor?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Okay, the next transfer is from the Treasurer's Department.
These two are going to the same account, Madam Chair?
Yes.
Motion through the chair to take the two transfers as one.
Second.
Okay, all in favor to take these two transfers as one? Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
I was a yes, I think I heard, yep. And Trevor?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. So the first transfer is coming from certification of notes, which has a present balance of $3,837.16. And that entire amount is requested to go to the maintenance building. And this is to provide funds for replacement of AC compressor. The next transfer is coming from the interest on abatements line, which has a balance of $2,000. Amount requested $512.84 going to maintenance building. And this is to provide funds for the replacement of AC compressor. So, does this cover the full cost, Mr.
Yes,
Casanova?
it was like $4,350, Madam Chair, and the compressor is located at the senior center. We actually lost it on June 30th, and we had an emergency repair by ACE. The director did commit funds out of the formula grant, just as a way to procure the services.
Yep.
But we're basically gonna offset it against surplus funds in the general fund.
Okay, thank you.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor? Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Not the time for the seniors to not have air conditioning, that's for sure. I'm glad they
It was
were,
during that hot stretch, so.
yeah, I'm glad they were able to get it done. All right, next transfer is in the veterans line, coming from the veteran salary, which has a balance of $4,010.01. That entire amount going to medical relief to provide funds for veteran-approved benefits by the state that include retroactive pay.
Motion to approve?
Second.
So, Mr. Kazanovich, will this medical relief, this will be enough for the year?
So,
That we finished?
we haven't paid him retro yet, so I actually committed whatever money was available, plus this transfer, in order to offset that
Okay.
liability. I don't know what that liability is yet.
Okay.
But I was instructed by our veterans, our VSO, that a previous denial was appealed and approved by the state, so we have to retroactively go back and pay this individual. He's in the process of preparing that payment. We just wanted to provide what funds we could to limit the liability in the current fiscal year.
So I understand, so there might be a transfer coming, well, perhaps not, I mean, because if we do it in the fiscal 2023, we have a full budget.
I may have some other funds that we can utilize to help at least cover the FY22 portion.
But, thank you. So we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
And Trevor?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. The next transfer is in the town manager's line, department. The transfer, it says the transfer is coming from the advertising line, which has a balance of $692.97. Amount requested, $274 going to the salary line. This is to offset year-end payroll shortfall.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. The next transfer is under the general services line. Let's see, it's coming from the streetlights account, okay. So do I hear a motion to take these next two transfers together because they're coming from the same account, streetlights?
Motion to take the next two transfers as one.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, Kevin,
Yes.
Ed,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Diane,
Yes.
Michael? And the chair votes yes. Okay, so these two transfers are both coming from the streetlights account, which has a balance of $4,666.22. Amount requested is $3,002.84 going to the electricity line to cover amount needed for June invoice. The next transfer is again coming from the streetlights account, which now has a balance of $1,568.32. Amount requested the entire amount to go to gas, oil, and diesel to cover the amount needed for the June invoice. Do you want to give us an update on it? Because I see all these.
So I think the last time we met, we knew that we were going to probably have to come back for the final June bill. The gas and oil bill, the amount required to make payment for June was $27,000. We had, I think, $8,000 left in the account, so this will get us to the amount needed to make payment on that bill. In terms of the electricity, in May, we realized an increase in our electrical cost. I think we went from 9.8 cents per kilowatt hour to 17 point some odd cents per kilowatt hour, an 80% increase. So we knew that we probably were going to be short, and we know we have to make a correction in the FY23 budget at the fall town meeting to realign the just based upon that increase.
Okay. And I believe you've mentioned before that our town manager is negotiating for another contract to reduce that amount, electricity?
So the 17.8 cents carries us through, I believe, November. So we're going out for pricing for a longer period of time to help, hopefully, to dilute that.
Okay.
And the longer period we go out, I think a more of a reduction you're going to see.
Okay, I understand. Thank you. Questions?
Motion to approve those two?
Second.
All in favor? Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Michael? And Trevor?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Now, the next three transfers are also going to the gas, oil, and diesel line.
Motion through the chair to take the next three transfers as one.
Second.
Okay, so all in favor? Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
I heard a yes. And Trevor?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, and the chair votes yes. So these transfers, the next three are all going to the gas, oil, and diesel line. The first is coming from the telephone account, which has a balance of $3,897.24. That entire amount is going to the gas, oil, and diesel line. And these are all to cover the June invoice. The next is coming from advertising, which has a balance of $626.88. That entire amount going to the gas, oil, and diesel line. And the third is coming from insurance and bonds, which has a balance of $19,888.16. That amount requested is $2,710.72, also again going to gas, oil, and diesel, and this is to cover the June bill.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Thank you, Trevor?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Okay, let's see, the next, I'm sorry, we have the one more. This next, transfer is coming from water, sewer, and heating, which has a present balance of $5,083.34. The amount requested, $1,567.76, and that goes to the postage line to cover the June invoice.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Okay, the next transfer is.
Madam Chair, to
Yes.
take the next three is one, the next page is the same group insurance account for the first,
So do you want
want
to
to take a motion to take the next three as one transfer.
Thank you. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor to take these three transfers together? Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
Thank you, and the chair votes yes. So these three transfers are all coming from the group insurance line under the Employee Benefits Department. First transfer, let's see, the group insurance line has a present balance of $908,880.99. The amount requested is $45,000 to go to the insurance line. And this is to cover ongoing medical bills for public safety IOD claim for policy period 2021 to 2022. The next transfer is also coming from the group insurance line, which now has a balance of $843,634.58. Amount requested $10,673.73 to go to the Medicare line to cover the year-end shortfall. And the third transfer from the group insurance line, which now has a balance of $832,960.85. Amount requested $1,754.20 to go to the Medicare penalty to cover year-end shortfall. So, Mr. Casanova, do you want to tell us about these?
Sure, so the first transfer, we have an IOD policy with the VFIS. Those policies that require that we put a sum of money in an escrow account to cover the medical claims on any IOD cases. For the policy period fiscal year 21, we currently have a amount due of roughly $27,000. We're transferring 30, anticipating some additional medical bills. For policy period 22, we currently have medical claims due about $14,000 or $15,000. After a consultation with our administrator, they're suggesting that we put an amount of about 20 because once again, there are ongoing claims that we're gonna have to provide for. So hopefully, this transfer, fingers crossed, will satisfy those policy periods.
Madam Chair, just on that one, I don't really recall that big of a number a year end with, is this sort of a new policy or direction that our administrator of these things want us to do, or we're 2 years now, 21 and 22, so just why this year do we, or do we always have this? I just don't remember it.
No, we always have this. We do provide a sum of money at the beginning of the year that we put into an escrow. We've had some IOD cases that have lasted, in some cases, going into 3 years. So it's kind of really not the norm. There's long-term cases that require several surgeries, and those medical claims it doesn't take long to add up. So before, this is kind of a newer policy. It's about probably our 3rd year in to help minimize the premium. Otherwise, our premiums would be $100,000 greater than what we're paying now. So there is some element of risk by going this way, but we believe it's cheaper than going on a premium basis.
And just to close out, whose policies do we fall under for instance, long-term IODs? Is there a point where the recommendation is to move them into retirement as opposed to remaining
Right, so
status?
we monitor these claims and we may force an independent medical exam to determine whether or not you should file for involuntary disability retirement. So that's something that we examine and we analyze as these cases move.
But there aren't set intervals?
Yes,
There are? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Something I just wanted to point out that also, to make his point a different way, in the world of insurance, when your premiums go up, they never go down, or your stop loss or your gaps. So to make, to look and saying, putting escrow aside to keep up with paying your bills versus having your premium go up, the premium will never come back down, but it's a way of offsetting a long-term premium increase. So I understand the logic. It's a smart move. Because in a couple of years, these people can be removed from this situation, and your overall, for the lack of a better way, the people that are impacting your rate, that size or number of employees can diminish. And once your rate goes up, you can't get that back.
Your future claims are going to be...
Your future claims are always going to have the bar set there.
and we really don't want to encourage or move towards an involuntary retirement, because that's a long-term liability you're going to pay for forever.
Forever.
And especially if you're injured as young, it expands that liability period over a number of years. So in most cases, we try to rehab our injured, try to get them back to work, even if it takes a number of years. If there's some hope that they can come back, then that's what we're going to try to do.
Thank you.
It seems like, looking at our balance in group insurance, that seems like a large number to have at the end of the year.
So I think because of COVID, there was probably a time when we weren't filling positions. So when we do our model for health insurance, we always include an additional amount for future enrollment. I think because of COVID, we didn't see that growth. Actually, because we cut the budget as well. If you recall, we cut $1.3 million out of the budget in the beginning of COVID, knowing that we were going to have a revenue loss. So in some cases, it put a freeze on position. So that's one of the reasons for the buildup. But number two, we had an exposure a few years ago where the stop loss wasn't going to pay a claim in excess of $600,000. So we have to absorb that in the operating budget in cases like that. So we do provide for an amount in the event that stop loss doesn't cover any claims in excess of $100,000.
Okay, thank you.
Motion to approve those retransfers?
Second.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second to approve these transfers. All in favor, Kevin,
Yes.
Ed,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Diane,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Trevor,
Yes.
and the chair votes yes. Okay, now our last two transfers are both for fiscal year 2023. The first transfer is coming from the reserve account to the clerical line, amount requested $10,477, And the present balance in that account is negative $3,464.51. Reason for transfer is wage adjustment for manager staff assistant. Questions?
This is the beginning of the year. Was this budgeted, was this under budgeted?
So, no, I think when Julie and I came in, and this has been ongoing for a few years now, there's a handful of positions that town administration wanted to make some adjustments on, to be competitive and to retain some talented people that we have. This is one of those positions. Now, we made some adjustments in the FY23 budget, but didn't have the comps for this position.
Oh, okay.
Julie and I have examined examined those comps. This individual has asked for reconsideration. Julie and I feel as though that this position that works directly under Julie should be compensated at a level consistent with those assistant division heads that we made some adjustments on, and that would put this individual in line with those positions.
Thank you.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor? Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Michael? Trevor?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. The next transfer for fiscal 2023 is from the Finance Committee Department. The transfer is coming from the Professional Services line, which has a balance of $15,736. Now requested $35 to go to miscellaneous supplies. This is to pay for increased dues to the Association of Town Finance Committees for fiscal 2023.
Do we get a coffee mug or anything for belonging to the Association of Town Finance Committees?
Coffee mug.
Coffee mugs? Any souvenirs? Any swag?
Ends.
Is he asking for
Depends.
swag?
Swag. Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Kevin?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. All right, so looking back at our agenda, we're going to do a reorganization. Is there a statement that, you do these? Sure, okay.
Okay, I'll open the floor to nominations for chairman.
Nominate Ann Coleman for chairman?
Second.
Ian?
Huh?
You just said the wrong last name.
I'm sorry. I nominate Ann.
I know. I just gotta say it correctly.
Ann Kavanaugh.
Ann Kavanaugh, thank you.
All right.
Are there any
Second.
other nominations? Okay, nominations are closed and we'll vote by roll call. Kevin,
Yes.
Ed,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Diane,
Yes.
Michael,
Absolutely.
Trevor,
Yes.
and Ann.
Yes.
It's unanimous vote.
Okay, I make a motion to nominate Kevin Kennedy as the vice chair of the Finance Committee.
Second.
Okay,
Well, you do the vice.
all right.
Oh.
All in favor? All in favor. I'll do a roll call. Kevin,
Yes.
Ed,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Diane,
Yes.
Michael,
Yeah.
Trevor,
Thanks for the vote of support there, Mike.
Yes.
and chair votes yes.
That was good.
Okay, so yay, we're reorganized. The next thing on the agenda are minutes, and these are minutes that Sharon emailed to us for May 25th, 2022, and June 22nd, 2022. Does anyone have any questions or concerns regarding these minutes?
No.
All right, hearing no questions or concerns, they are accepted as presented. Okay, so when do you think we'll need to meet again? Mr. Kazanovich.
So I believe at the next selectmen's meeting, then I'll open up the warrant for the fall town meeting.
Okay,
And so I think we can hold off until the finance committee takes a position on those. And probably at that time, we'll bring in some transfers that address some of the negotiations that we have finalized. We did put a sum of money in the salary and wage reserve, and we'll have to see if that's adequate enough to meet our obligations under those contracts. There are some contracts that have not been settled yet, so it's hard to put a number on that, a total number on that. So we may have to do a combination of transfers as well as maybe a correction at the fall town meeting, but we won't know for a few weeks yet.
okay. And how many contracts are being renegotiated?
All of them, not all 9.
All 9. Okay, thank you. Okay. Questions, anyone? Concerns? Yeah,
I think I'm good.
we're good. All right, Diane, Michael, Trevor, any questions?
No, thank you.
No.
Okay, so, motion to adjourn?
To adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Roll
Here.
call, Ed,
Yes.
Kevin,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Diane,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Trevor,
Yes.
and the chair votes yes. We are adjourned. Thank you.